Hello there, I'm Blackbright, broadcasting out the UK into your homes. Welcome to my channel. First time you're passing through, you're welcome to hit the thumbs up, the thumbs down. I'd love for you to subscribe, but you can always write a comment or share with my subscribers. So, I wanted to show you a video about a stop and search, and I wanted you to tell me what you think's wrong with it. But since you can't give me an answer, I'm going to tell you what is wrong with it after I've shown it to you. So let's show you what is happening here. You're going to have to be the police officer is talking really fast, and I think it's quite deliberate. But yeah, you'll get a gist of it, and I hope that it helps. I hope this video will help you understand what our young men go through and how and whether or not it's legal or lawful.
Yeah, I'm alright.
Yeah, what's going on, mate?
Nothing. Why?
Just wondering what you're doing in the area.
No, just come to meet my friend.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you live around here?
Yes, I do.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. What are you doing there?
No, just chilling, getting some fresh air.
You ever been arrested before?
Yeah.
What is that your fault?
For driving.
Driving purposes.
Yeah.
Do you have any idea what you're doing?
No.
You ever been arrested before?
Yeah.
Okay, right. At the minute, you're going to be detained for a drug search, right? There's loads of intel to say there's drug dealing in this area, okay? You're here with your friends, there's a couple of cars, and you haven't really given me enough reason to believe that you're here just seeing in COVID-19 situations, right? So you are detained for a drug search, wanting to meet some right after the search and touch with something, right?
Alright, no worries.
Got anything on you issue now?
No.
No, perfect, right. Stand up for me, mate.
Hold on, don't grab my arm like that. Don't grab my arm like that. Don't grab my arm like that.
Right, you're going to be placed in custody.
No,
yes,
you're being placed in custody.
No, in
That's it. Man going to see a friend, next thing you know he's in custody. Now, number one, I thought she was too familiar. What's going on, mate? I don't think that's really I don't think that's a professional way to approach someone. That's the first thing. But that's by the by. That's inconsequential when you think about the whole thing. She asked him what he's doing in the area. She's asked him whether or not he lives around there. She asked him, what are you doing, though? And then she asked him if he'd been stopped before. Then she asked him what it was for, and he said it was a driving offence. And then she asked him, do you have any ID? And he said no. Then she asked him, have you ever been arrested before? And he said yes. And on the basis of him saying yes, she says, we are going to detain you for a drug search. Now, it's a bit of a mishmash of legislation there, because she throws in COVID-19, and if he's being stopped under COVID-19, that just means he should be told to move from the area and go home. And if he resists, she can charge him a fixed fee penalty of £50. So she didn't tell him to move on. She didn't fine him. So I don't know why she mentioned COVID-19. I'm not quite sure even, and since lockdown has been lifted, I didn't even realise that they could actually stop you under that. But it seems like there's three legislations here. There's the COVID-19 legislation, which she didn't use. There's the stop and search legislation, which she should have told him from the very beginning why she was stopping and searching him, which was for drugs, and she didn't do that. And then there's also the Section 60, which means you can stop and search within an area for 24 hours without any reason for suspicion. So it's like she kind of mixed all three legislations in one, and that was an unlawful stop and search in a nutshell. So, what else have I got here? Probably going to be a very short video at this rate. Since she's so when she decides to detain him, she cites who she is and the powers and why she's detaining him. So that would go under the stop and search. But she didn't say that at the beginning. Then she said it's a hotspot. The hotspot means, in police terms, an area where drugs is being dealt. But just because drugs are being dealt in a particular area doesn't give you the right to just stop and search willy-nilly like that. It doesn't work like that. And it does look like she's probably a new officer. She hasn't been trained. She's been told to question someone, and she's probably been told maybe to meet some targets and get a number of arrests. I don't know. But whatever it is she's been told, she hasn't exercised it properly or professionally. And I don't see, he wasn't resisting arrest. I don't know why she put the handcuffs on him. She has got no right to take him into custody, but it just shows you, once a criminal, always a criminal in the eyes of the police. And they always say, that's why they say the number of people who are rearrested, it adds to their numbers of people. And then he'll go under one of those young men who are reoffending. And they haven't even found anything on him. Now, I'd understand if she'd searched him, found some drugs on him, and then said, I am going to take you into custody. But she didn't even search him. She's going to detain him in custody and then search him. I tell you, men, you've got to be so careful these days. Because it seems like whether you know, I mean, he didn't know the law, obviously. Otherwise, he would have asked for another police officer to come over. I'm not quite sure how he got the video out. But it does seem after he was arrested that the video was cut short. I don't know whether or not they didn't have any reason to detain him. So after they didn't detain him, he decided to post the video. I don't know if he had one of those videos that goes straight to, this third party. I forget what it's called, but they have an app that, if you're stop and searched, it goes straight to a third party and then they take it up. So I'm not quite sure how he managed to record it like that, and not unless she didn't know she was being recorded. So it could be one of those new apps that they have out to protect you. What else did I want to say? Like I said, it wasn't a lawful stop and search. She's decided to make her own decisions based on limited information. She didn't believe what he said. I mean, okay, he doesn't have any ID. What's wrong with bringing your ID to the station within 7 days? He's not doing anything wrong. He's sitting in a car with his mates. That's why I've said in previous videos, if you haven't got any focus, if you haven't got anything to do, just stay at home. Because the whole point of going out on the street, you're supposed to have focus. You're supposed to have a reason for being on the street. You're not just loitering around the streets waiting for friends. You're not sending a good message. Now, you might say, oh, it's a free country. I should be able to go where I like. Not in this time, you can't. Because it's considered loitering. What are you doing outside a house waiting in a car? What are you doing? It's absolutely ridiculous. People just haven't got anything to do. Go to the library and read a bloody book. So irritating. Because some of these guys, they bring it on him themselves. He's already got a record. He's going into a hotspot area. And he probably thinks, because he's not doing anything wrong at that particular moment, he's okay. No, you're not okay. And that's why it irritates me when people say, if you've done nothing wrong, you've got nothing to worry about. It doesn't work like that. It's about being in the wrong place at the wrong time. That's what it's about. Being in the wrong place, yeah. Being at the right place at the wrong time, or whatever it is. You know what I mean. So, a lot of police believe that they're above the law, but any stop and search must be justified and it must be lawful, and that wasn't. So, she had no lawful grounds to stop him, just because they're in a hotspot area. I think I said that before. And yeah, she was misusing her police powers by using Section 60, and a lot of police officers are doing that, especially in London. In Bedford, they're not really like that. you know, they've got a much better standard of oversight, a much better standard of scrutiny. The officers are scrutinised in Bedford. But the London Met, forget it. So yeah, I just wanted to make that short and sweet. I hope you found it useful. Yeah, I hope you found it useful. I'm not going to just talk for the hell of it. Okay? All right, bye-bye.